And we do that by going on long walks out in the woods. And the older dogs, of course, run way out in front, and the puppies chase after them. And after the puppies have been out there for a while, and the old dogs, we call the older dogs back who run to us because they're so well trained, and the puppies chase them back. And so the key to this whole thing working is that you repeat that process, consistently again and again, until by associating with what the older dogs are doing, the younger dogs are starting to learn a couple valuable skills. Now, the first skill they learn is simply to listen for my voice, which is very important when we start teaching them commands, because with dog teams, all commands are verbal. The teams are simply too long to communicate with the lead dogs any other way. But the second thing they learn, and by far this is the most important, they learn to always follow the example those older dogs are setting, because those are the ones that ultimately will bring us all safely home, and they need that skill when they go in harness for the first time.
Well, now the fact that they've been able to say that it's great for me to be able to introduce you to one of my best friends in the world today, David Munson, right here, Susan Butcher's husband and partner, and their daughter Techno's back there, and the whole gang. Hi, David.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Trailbreaker Kennel, and we're having a glorious day on the banks of the Chena River. Imagine this, Jay, we were actually out running dogs already this morning. It's that time of year, in the cool morning, you want to get the dogs out. They love going. But this time of year is also great for getting out and playing with puppies, as you can see. So that makes every day a great day.
Well, it's an amazing experience, and of course for the puppies now, you waste no time in getting to know them, do you?
And we actually want to make sure that we establish our lifelong relationship with these guys as soon as we can. And so on the day that
you're going to see him in the notch between the vet barn and the small cabin, and you will see him go from our right to our left, right through that opening. And all the dogs in the yard are going to pick me next time. And he's off. All right. Now, what we're going to see, eventually, he's going around the house that he and Susan built for the family. We'll see him on that back road. See that straight line across the lake. He's going to run down there, turn around, come back that way, and have a dramatic finish here once again by the vet farm. And all those dogs will be wide open. I would guess close to 20 miles an hour, will tell us. And they will be going for it when they bust out of the trees there on the far side. If you can't see, watch TV, because we're going to have them on the screen. If you can't see them, particularly on the radio.
Along on the far side of the lake, we're going about 20 miles an hour, which is remarkable when you consider the bull or nine weigh over 600 pounds. And these guys are making almost effortless. Even though we're not an engine, we're attaining these speeds. And the reason is because the younger dogs have learned for the older dogs, the value of teamwork. And that, of course, means that they've been watching those older guys, and they know they have to match them stride for stride. For us to succeed, that means long runs we go. On a 1,000-mile marathon like that, Interrupted Yukon Quest, we go over 100 miles a day. I have to give a command on the way back.
Okay, now he ran up on that turn and he hollered haw. Haw is left. G is right, like driving mules on the farm, but unlike driving mules, there are no reins on their backs, no bits in their teeth. He's got nothing to control those dogs other than this trust and be trusted relationship that starts when they're puppies. And of course, whoa is stop and hike are all right is the key to start. Now, Sergeant Preston used to say mushroom huskies, and the old timers did because the French trappers used to say marche. That was their term for starting the dogs, and we anglicized it.
This is my favorite part of every run because it shows me that the dogs understand the strategy it takes to win a marathon. They're serving a little bit of energy on the outbound leg, but they're using it now. We've been athletes, but he might be in front of us. It's a great team to tell you more how to get back.
Susan was out on the frozen Yukon River one February morning, training for the identified. Granite was up front, the run was going fine. She gave him a routine G right turn command and he veered hard left. He'd never done that before. She hollered louder, G Granite, he went hard left again. This time she let him pull them off the river on the left-hand side, and the minute they cleared, the ice on the right, where they would have been, collapsed. And they would have driven right into that and died if the human had pushed the deer. So here's David going right around the barn, coming up for the big finish, and these dogs don't look like they're even breathing. This early in the year, that's a good sign. And good luck with the bull card this morning. All right. Yeah, that's done, Brooke. All right. Well done, Matt. Well done.
Thank you very much. But these guys are the ones that do the hard work, so after every run, every dog gets a pat on the head, and then, of course, just like us, everybody loves to play.
Hey, everybody in the pool. After gym class, well, gosh, it is sure fun to see these guys in action. And I know people have heard a lot about mushing and one thing and another. Will we have an opportunity to ask any questions we might have later?
Oh, absolutely. I'm coming down, and we're going to be bringing some dogs with us so you can get up close and pet them if you like. It's a great opportunity for us to share our lifestyle and what we do and what we are passionate about. So if you've got any questions at that point, we'd be happy to answer them.
Well, of course, there's another feature of being at the village. When we think about the wonderful story, I tried to do it justice coming down, but Susan and Granite and their relationship. And I know that you guys were able to write this down toward the end of her life, and we have it in book form. And I want to tell the folks about it, but would you be available, if anybody's interested, to come in and maybe dedicate a book to a special library or somebody?
Well, absolutely. You know, one of the things that's really meant the most to me and my family over the last many years is when we've been able to share the story of Susan and Granite with other families. What really means a lot is how much kids will always identify with Granite. And I think it's because he was a little puppy that nobody believed in, but because of Susan's faith in him, and I remember those two working so hard together until eventually he became the greatest lead dog in history. So if any of you would like me to personalize a copy, either yourselves, children, grandchildren, or maybe even a library, it'd be my privilege to do it.
Well, it's our privilege to have been here when the story was being written and hear it from you, and I'm going to tell the folks a little about the book. But for now, thanks, Dave, for your hospitality and the whole crew. Thank your crew, and thank you, dog.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you downstream soon.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I was very fortunate fortunate when I started doing this in 1993 that Susan was still alive. And she would come down, and Granite would sit right beside her. Now, we have a statue of Granite in Chena Village that you'll be able to see and photograph if you like, and that's exactly what he looked like. He'd sit right next to her and look up at her, and she would tell their remarkable story one boat at a time.